This is a step-by-step process on how to do the graffiti workshop. And with this exercise, we're going to work with creating an animal. The first thing you want to have the students do is to draw their diagram on a piece of plain white paper. Remind the students to keep the illustration as simple as possible, particularly for the inside shapes. The reason for this is that it's very hard to cut out, and you don't want to have them cutting out shapes within shapes very often. A couple are fine, so long as they are pretty big and easy to cut out and not complicated shapes, i.e. big circles or squares or something like that. The next thing you want to have the students do is to draw that shape, the outside part, which we call the frame, onto a piece of acetate or the clear plastic sheets that you use for overhead projections. If the illustration is small enough to fit within the sticky paper that was supplied, you can also have them do this outside frame within the sticky paper. If it's a simple illustration, they can use the sticky paper as their outside frame. If it's a complicated illustration, it might be better to use the acetate as the outside frame. Next, you'll have the students cut this shape out. This is the frame. And they'll either cut it out of the acetate or the sticky paper, whichever one they used. They can either use scissors or a utility knife, depending on the complexity of the illustration. Then you'll have the students sketch the inside shapes of their animal. If they have eyes, mouth, whiskers, nose, whatever it is. These will all be sketched onto the sticky paper. And this time you definitely want to have them use the sticky paper. Have the students cut out these inside shapes from the sticky paper using the scissors, or again, they can use the utility knife depending on how complex the illustration is. Have the students go back to their sketched drawing that's on the white piece of plain paper and have them cut a 1 centimeter edge around the edge of the sketched shape. This is going to be their mask, and they'll use it to cover up their image while they use the spray paints. At this point, you're ready for class. The students should have 3 things that they're going to bring to the class with them. The first thing is the paper mask that they've cut out of the regular piece of paper. This is the outside shape of their illustration. The second thing is the frame, which they've either cut out of the acetate sheet or the sticky paper. And again, this is the outside shape of their animal, but it's 1 centimeter smaller than the paper mask. And the last thing they'll have is the inside shapes from the sticky paper. And these are the inside shapes like the eyes, nose, etc.